flip the camera over, go back. That's cute, that's cute, that's cute. Filters add a beautiful aesthetic. I don't care what anybody says. Bubbles! Okay, all of this wasn't in the last. I was just live. All of this was not in there. I'm gonna just stick that one. Okay. I'm supposed to be putting this phone on a charger. It's gonna die. Yeah, so to rebuttal from my last live where I started in the beginning, for you to have that energy to go back and forth with somebody, you have to have the energy to care. You feel me? To like constantly, oh, it feel warm and toasty in this bitch. To constantly feel like you gotta prove yourself to somebody after, you know, claiming that you don't even care what that person thinks about you. And yet, you know, you steady trying to prove and prove and prove. And on top of that, trying to, where's my shoes? Not one up with that, what they call that. On top of that, you know, like texting that person's phone, harassing them, you know, potential harassment charges can come to play, especially when they text you from their actual phone number. So I'm looking for my shoe. And I'm talking about the delusional people that'll be like, you're fucking with me, you're bothering me, this and this and this and that much. And the whole time, they're the ones bothering you. Is that better? Nope, that's not better. I ain't do shit. So, with that being said, it's like, because I know there's multiple people that don't like or don't agree with me that watch my channel. And I want to say my biggest and most number one hater right now, believe it or not, is my mother. So she is the main person that'll harass me and bully me and lie to me and then be like, fuck did she say? Something, I can't believe you do this to me after everything I did, after everything you did to me, after everything I did for you or whatever. And I'm just like, delusional. You have to be that delusional to not acknowledge your own actions in the situation and only acknowledge the other person's actions. So people don't really realize that their actions are a result of somebody's behavior. I didn't even finish this. Y'all, American Horror Story turned really fucking gay. It turned really gay. Yeah. So, and I think with that situation, I'm learning more and more every day that it's best to not try and control a situation that you know you can't control, especially when it comes to one person constantly like begging to be in your life and in your presence, but don't want to be real with you. These tricks ain't open yet. She gonna open them right now. Right now. So pretty much to piggyback with that situation with mom, that situation before I start eating, many of you may not know, she lied to me about who my biological father was my whole life. And she pretty much made me feel like I was just this really bad child. Like I just did bad things all the time. And I was not a bad child. I didn't do some bad things, but nothing worth being ashamed of. But just things that little girls do, like write things in their diaries about their fantasies and talking to guys or talking to girls. But she painted me out to be this crazy person, this really bad child to the whole family. when it came down to it and I got curious to know who my biological father was, she just kept saying, don't hate me, and this and that much. And I'm just like, why would I hate you? And come to find out, she denied pregnancy, not pregnancy, the DNA. She denied DNA tests multiple times because she wanted to keep up with her lie and her story, and gonna have the audacity to try and life coach me. Telling me I just need to worry about my household and my child, this and that much. So a couple weeks go by and I try and forgive her. Not fully yet, but I tried to. So she decides to sneak over at my granny's house to go and see my daughter. I text her and I tell her, if you want to go and see her, like, let me know out of respect so I can know who's going over there to see her, just like anybody else. My grandma would tell me. And she didn't. And she didn't even respond. So I went off. And if you know me, you know that I go off publicly. Like, people be like, oh, I don't like friends that expose people, or I don't like people that spread your business when we're not friends anymore. Don't give me business to spread. Don't violate me. Don't trespass me. Don't violate my motherfucking rights. Like, that's simple. So all of these people that I've encountered throughout my life, they love to play victim, like they didn't do anything, that they are not, or that they don't have any bad part to do in a situation. And that is so aggravating, because that's why those people don't have friends, because then they'll wrap their lives up in their little fantasies with their bum-ass husbands or boyfriends or baby daddies. And they'll just fill their heads up with lies. Lies and lies and even more lies. So my solution to that would just be to vent the way I do whenever I feel is necessary. And if I don't feel like venting and I just want to, I forgot I got to put this on the charger. And if I don't want to vent or anything, sometimes it's just like, people, not everybody have the energy for that. To sit on a platform for 2 hours and just run your mouth about, somebody you supposedly don't like. That right there, that's a red flag. Because if you don't like the person, you're not talking about them and the situation and this and that much. Now, me, I don't like my mama. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to talk about my mom all day. But anybody else, when it pertains me, obviously, you're bothered. And my suggestion, I wouldn't stay bothered, because you're going to stress yourself out and have a heart attack. And mental health is everything. And I'm focused on mine, so. Just let me know when. So yeah, I'm about to watch American Horror Story. Give y'all my input on this. Just had to rant a little bit. So far on this new American Horror Story, I'm a American Horror Story fanatic. Like, when I went to LA, I had to go and see the murder house where they started to film everything. Cereal gonna get soggy. American Horror Story was good and raw until this new reboot. Ever since then, it's been so bad. I just keep watching it, hoping it's gonna get better. But it's not. Grandma gets busted. That looks interesting. Now, when I'm bored, I watch cop videos, like body cam videos. Hours. Don't know why. People come over and be like, why you watch this? I don't know, something interesting about the life of a first responder and all the situations that they can encounter as a police officer or a fireman, EMS, 911 operator. I like to see things that's happening in real life, not fake reality, especially fake reality shows. Closed captions. Okay. Oh, this is the grandma. Old white people think they so privileged, especially when it comes to police officers. They be like, oh, you ain't gonna kill me. You ain't gonna touch me. She lit. She still can't find these keys. She took her bumper. They got into a car accident and this lady got out the car and took her bumper. Damn. This is she took the bumper.
Representatives from the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York say that the nearly one-year hunt for a New York City fugitive recently came to an end after an investigator working the case got quite the bizarre stroke of luck. According to reports, the whole thing started last year when 31-year-old Kashawn Burton was accused of fraudulently obtaining $150,000 in forgivable federal loans intended to go to struggling small businesses at the height of the pandemic. He allegedly did this by stealing the identities of 4 people and using their information to apply for loans. Once they were approved, he reportedly used an ATM to purchase money orders from the New York City Post Office to obtain cash. One of the people who helped to investigate the crime was federal postal inspector Jeff Andre, who eventually signed a criminal complaint against Burton. However, by the time police went to arrest the 31-year-old at his Brooklyn home in late November of last year, he had fled. For months, Burton's whereabouts were unknown, until by complete chance, Jeff happened to take a vacation to Walt Disney World in Florida. Unbelievably, while in the Animal Kingdom section of the theme park on the afternoon of October 20th, he spotted Burton walking around. He recognized him thanks to a distinctive neck tattoo, an H written in cursive lettering. Jeff contacted the Orange County Sheriff's Office and explained the situation. Just over an hour later, Burton was arrested while waiting at a bus stop with 2 family members outside of the park. He was reportedly uncooperative and had to be taken to the ground in order to be finally handcuffed. Burton was reportedly using a fake name at the time and refused to admit who he was even after fingerprints proved that police had successfully arrested the right person. According to reports, Burton has now been extradited back to New York and will remain in custody without bail until his trial.
And that's on Treat Cereal.
Authorities in Coweta County, Georgia say that a local man's hopes for a romantic evening were completely destroyed, along with his pickup truck last week, when his date from hell stole their vehicle and led police on a high-speed chase. According to reports, the whole thing began recently when a man named Wesley Burson met 37-year-old Jennifer Lee Gray on the dating app Plenty of Fish. The two seemed to hit it off, so they arranged a first date on October 27th. On the night in question, Wesley paid for an Uber to pick up Gray at a northwestern Atlanta hotel and drive her to his home in Coweta County.
Plenty of fish. I like how he said that.
After which, the pair discussed their plans for the night. They They were
Just like,
just
can't
getting
fuck with
ready
that
to
ad no
go
more.
out when Wesley said that he needed to use the bathroom first. To his horror, while he was taking care of his business, he heard the unmistakable sound of his pickup truck starting up outside. He rushed out of the bathroom just in